Hey friends!
Please listen carefully.
Hey guys! So today we're going to be talking about the brand new movie Suicide Squad. I'm sure that you've seen tons of videos, especially makeup tutorials here on YouTube about Suicide Squad, and it came out very recently, and there's a lot of people loving it, but there's also a lot of people hating it. So just a warning, there are a couple spoilers in this video. I wanted to make this video as if you've seen the movie before in order to really talk about it and really review it. So again, spoiler alert, talking about this movie. Number one is probably the most hyped point, and that's about Jared Leto. Everyone was so excited about, hello kitty, hello friend. Everyone is was super excited to see Jared Leto as the Joker. Some people were not a huge fan of the new interpretation of him, but it is a movie that is about supervillains, so a new interpretation of the Joker seems rather appropriate for this movie. What we all consider as the original Joker, they both are crazy, obviously. They both did amazing jobs at playing their characters, but they're so different that they're almost not comparable, in my opinion. But again, it's an opinion, I don't know. Continuing on Jared Leto, but also his character, the Joker, and Harley Quinn, this movie reflects a little bit on the history of both of them, particularly Harley Quinn, and kind of who she was before she was Harley Quinn. And it's interesting, they covered little bits, but it didn't seem like enough. The movie is 2 hours long, but it kind of feels like the movie should have been 3 or 4 hours long because there's so much they could cover. Although they could probably make an entire movie just talking about the history of Harley Quinn and the Joker, but who knows if that'll happen. The characters of the Suicide Squad, aka Task Force X, which was the original title for the movie. And some of the characters seem a little bit excessive in the movie's sense because there's just so many of them in the Suicide Squad. There's Harley, of course the Joker is not in the Suicide Squad. He's kind of a bonus character, which is why in a lot of the trailers and in the main movie posters he's separated from the Suicide Squad because he's not technically in them. And there's Harley, Slingshot, Rick Flag, who is the leader of the Suicide Squad. Katana is Rick Flag's bodyguard. Enchantress, Killer Croc, Boomerang, Deadshot, El Diablo, and of course our little tiny hints of Batman that we do see for like 3 seconds of the movie. The two characters actually of Suicide Squad that a lot of people are not huge fans of is Captain Boomerang and Slingshot. Spoiler alert, Slingshot dies. He becomes kind of the sacrifice to prove to Suicide Squad themselves that Amanda Waller, or the Wall as she is called in a lot of the comics, have the power to kill them like that. They put little like things in their neck, or I guess like right behind their ear, that if they do anything wrong, she can press a button on her phone, ironically on her phone of all things, and blow them up essentially. And she proves that with the one guy whose only real talent is ropes. Killer Croc is a really interesting character. I think he's really cool. It's interesting that he doesn't do a lot of talking, and when he does, it's very opposite of what you expect, despite the crazy voice and everything. And of course, it's difficult to see expression, but yet we still see a lot of who he is as a character, despite being absolutely insane and just covered, and the actor is just covered in prosthetics. Deadshot, Will Smith. Do I really need to say more? Rick Flag sticks out in a kind of a weird way in that he's a military guy and he doesn't have any actual superpowers or like anything that makes him insane, like Harley Quinn, how she's crazy, which is mainly why she's so good at what she does. So Rick Flag kind of has to hold on to himself this whole time because all of them have superpowers except him, which is the only weird thing, which is why apparently he needs a bodyguard who looks like she's 5 feet tall. The reason I love that they picked a character, and they picked an actress that's so short compared to everyone else, so she looks so tiny, but yet she's ironically the bodyguard. When Boomerang, personally he annoyed me, but I could see why they added him, especially for the comedic side of it. He's a little annoying though throughout the movie. You'll realize if you find that his character is more comedic and more funny than he is necessary as far as the group. Slingshot and Boomerang tend to kind of like, Slingshot dies and Captain Boomerang almost dies. So you kind of wonder why they're there. I'll be talking a little bit more about Amanda Waller, because I don't know about you, if you've seen this movie, you know that you end up being more scared of her than the actual Suicide Squad. The ones with superpowers, like the ones that have super villainous powers, are less scary than the woman that has control over all of them. She just seems almost more crazy than half the Suicide Squad is. Like, the fact that she came up with this already and it ends up being her fault, in all honesty, all the craziness that happens in this movie is all on her. Like, it's on you, girl. Like, this was your fault. You decided to do this. This was your idea. Villain of this villain movie, super villain movie, and that's Enchantress, which it was to be expected that the one character that has the most power and could go beyond and can't really be controlled is the one that goes crazy. Does that really surprise you? And it's ironic that Enchantress, despite being the one that was kind of found separately from all the other supervillains, like the other supervillains were controllable. You could tie them down, you could put a little chip in their neck, but you couldn't do that with Enchantress because she is this crazy, magical, scary being. Of course, she ends up being the one that turns away from humans and wants to destroy all of Earth, just like every other villain in every other movie. She just hates humans. What a surprise. Her and her brother end up being the kind of ending, like who we see in the movie. And in the trailer itself, when you see something like blasting its way through a train, that ends up being Enchantress's brother, I believe, if I remember correctly. That ends up being really interesting. It's not really surprising, like it's not a new idea, it's not a new concept for a villain. It is a super villain movie, so I was kind of hoping they would come up with something different, in that, like, reversing the typical superhero movie, but instead they kind of just created a stronger villain for a super villain movie, and the super villains are being forced to fight this villain. So I'm not really sure if there's any good guys in this movie, to be honest. I did like the movie. I would watch it again, especially to find all the little details. Because it is a comic book based movie, I'd be very interested to watch it again and kind of see the little references in there. The only con that I have for the movie is, yes, it was lacking the Joker. So many people have said this, but I think it is 100% true. It is. I have a feeling that they're just saving Joker for future movies. I'm sure he's not going to just be this character for this movie, because Jared Leto seems very excited about continuing to be this Joker. So I imagine they're just kind of snuck him in there randomly to throw in there and bug Harley Quinn here and there, and he did a genius job at playing the Joker. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to do more reviews in the future. Comment down below if I should. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe down below. And there will be a video linked when you click the I in the top corner of my last video. And if you're seeing this video, this is one of 2 videos today, so go check out my channel and see the new video that came out today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye! Do you mind? Rude! Could you leave, please? Thank you.